I have huge admiration for what he's done as a leader, taken us out of the EU, won the election, set the country on a new path. We have never disagreed in any way about Brexit policy. Right up to the last day, we've been absolutely aligned on that, and Liz Truss and Chris Heaton-Harris, I'm sure, are going to do a great job. I left the government because, as I think is well known, I couldn't support certain policies, most recently on COVID restrictions and Plan B. And if you're a minister, you have to support collective responsibility, you have to support decisions of the government, and I couldn't, so that's why I had to leave.
Have you given up on the Prime Minister? Do you think he's lost his direction? Is it time for him to go, in your view?
This is absolutely not about leadership, this is about policy differences. I'm absolutely confident this country's got a great future under Boris Johnson's leadership if we can get the policies right.
So he's the right man to carry on. I mean, it's in a state of chaos, and your departure actually seems to be at a time when it's going to cause maximum damage to him.
So the departure was intended to be in the new year and has come out earlier than we thought. The departure is about policy. It's about policy differences, and I'm absolutely confident that he's the right man to take the country forward.
If he pursues these policies, including perhaps further restrictions that might be coming this week, in your view, will more of your cabinet colleagues follow you out of cabinet by resigning?
So I can't speak for anybody else. I can only say what I think, which is that I don't support coercive policies on COVID. The Prime Minister's got some very difficult decisions to take, and I'm sure he'll be thinking very hard of them. Thanks very much.
Do you think he's lost touch with what the voters want?
Kate's with us. Hi, Kate. What did you make of that?
Well, clearly, Lord Frost absolutely at pains there to say that this was not about the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, and his authority in number 10. Now, the reason for that is because, as you heard there, this resignation was not supposed to come out until January. It has come out at a very damaging time for Boris Johnson, of course, off the back of a by-election loss, in the midst of lots of questions about parties that took place in Downing Street this morning, of course, the Garden Party in May 2020, we understand from that photo. This could not possibly have come at a worse time for a really key ally of Boris Johnson's, not just somebody who was a heavyweight when it comes to Brexit and European policy, but also a close personal ally in cabinet for the Prime Minister. So to lose Lord Frost at a time like this, and particularly when he's reiterated there that it's about coercive policies on COVID, that is very, very problematic indeed. When those conversations about the data, about the potential for next steps that may or may not be needed, about how fast things are moving here in Westminster, the Prime Minister needs his cabinet behind him. He's got a front page today suggesting that they are not. Many of them want to wait and see. And the scientists saying we absolutely cannot wait. We need to act now. It's an impossible position, but the one man who has to make the decision is the Prime Minister, and it will be a difficult week ahead for him.